Hello everyone, I'm Roger Rose, or Mr. Rose if you want. You want to call me counselor, it's okay. Just don't call me late for lunch. Now, you see I've been just sitting around here. I made a nice little turn with a little loop. That's a big rabbit. If that one, you got a big one. There's my big pouch. But I bring it down, and you got to have this nice and round. You don't want it this way, because how is your rabbit going to get in there? So you got it nice and round. And again, well, we'll use the rabbit first. I just kink it this way. And now this part, we can take it over there to, if you find it, like if you look, some of you maybe have to get up, but there's sticks, there's probably some there. The limb that's sticking up and going up like that, like say you found a rabbit trail in that area. Well, when it's cold, they travel all night on these trails, back and forth. And then there's about the right height, because see now as he's running along, going to go right through there and then get caught. Now, if that's too big, if I have that away out here like this, you're going to see he goes through it and you don't catch him. But if you ever go into the bush, this is the real thing. It's a set of pliers. On the side, you've got can openers and you can scale fish with this. On this side, what have I got on this side? Oh, this is my knife to clean it. And sometimes these are very sharp. And then you've got your can openers and everything for, so you've got one tool all in one. I said, everybody, before you go in the bush, you should have what? Was anybody on that? That's right. And here, like say we're going in the bush after with you guys, or you guys are going in the bush for a walk, you take your compass here and you look, okay, north is over there. So if you go in the bush over that way, any which way, when you point that compass out to north, you should be able to come back to this pile. But if you do get stuck in the bush, then you can take the alters, cut them because you got your little axe with you, and make alters are real nice to bend. And again, if you have string in your pocket or something else you can carry, roll the tape them together. Then you take the, not these pine, because this is red pine and it's thick, but a balsam and a spruce. I don't see one around me. Okay, there's a spruce tree in there, a little one. The limbs are thicker, so you put that on and you place them all running the same way, so the water or snow runs off, and there's your lean-to. And then you put your toes in there or your head in there, whichever you don't want the wolf to catch. You put them on here. Again, you've got your little piece of snare wire, or your squirrel, same thing. You skin him and put this through his back legs. You tie his back legs here and his front, but you put it through where the neck goes, so then it's not going to fall off his head. But you still put a little piece of wire, because once you've put him on the fire and you're turning him to cook him, you don't want him just about cooked and he falls off into your fire.
And I see a lot of value in doing this for our Métis children because these simple outdoor skills are kind of a gateway to inspire them to get more involved in other outdoor activities, things like fishing and camping and hunting, and bring them back to the sort of activities that they would do as, you know, traditional Métis activities. I've been a scout leader for a number of years, and one of my responsibilities was handing out knives to 8-year-olds. Okay, and that's when we would start knife training. If like this is, there's no gray, there's no smiles, and no, we don't do that. If someone is misbehaving with a knife and using it like a weapon, the knife is taken away, and that's just how it goes. Because these are dangerous tools, and they're not for playing, they're for achieving a very specific job. So that might not sound like a lot of fun, but just as Jen said, it's not fun and games. This is an actual tool that we're learning to use. Okay, so the next important thing is you never cut towards your thumb, you cut towards your chum. Okay, so that's, you're always wanting to move the blade away from you, not towards you. When we have a knife in our hand, we have to consider what's around us, and anyone that is within your arm's length plus the length of the knife is within what's called the blood zone. So that is where someone could get injured. All right, so Toby will show you, this is the most desirable knife for a new user. Talk to you about one of the main features that makes this knife incredibly safe.
So this knife, when you open it, there's something on the back here. Once you push that down, you can push the blade down. The thing about the other knife though,
these are all locking knives. So when you open them, the blade locks, so it can't fold in on itself. So as Tobin just showed, the lock for this one is on the back side, not in the path of the blade. But
now this one, it's not as good for safety, because when you open it, to shut it, you put your fingers here. I find it'll jump forward. It'll go like.
So you want to make sure that your fingers aren't in the path of the blade, and it makes it really hard with that knife because you actually have to intentionally put your knife in front of the blade in order to shut it. So this knife is a much better knife for a beginner, or just anyone in general, because your fingers are not going to be in front of the blade at any time.
Listen about knives, a dull knife is a bad knife, because you'll be trying to cut something and you finally cut it because it's dull. And it'll slip straight towards your handing.
It could cut you because you have to put more force on the dull blade, and when it finally gets through, you risk the knife coming towards you or coming too quick at you, and you can cut yourself. So
and these buck knives, they're a really high quality of a knife. They are expensive knives, but they are really worth it. My buck knife, I've sharpened it multiple times, and it is very sharp. Okay. This is my all-time favorite knife. It is a buck knife. It is the exact same lock on the back. The lock closes smoothly. It is a little bit bigger of a knife.
But it's light.
It is light.
And it's got a belt clip.
This knife is a very sharp knife. I have sharpened this, I don't know how many times.
Way too many.
Way too many times.
He's always using that knife.
This is basically the only knife I use. Out of all the knives I have, this is my main go-to.